What's up, everybody? So Mega from Millennials Gaming. Back at it again with another ESO video. Today we're going to do the sorcerer for PvP. Full disclosure, this is a glass cannon build meant for super high smack attack. It has decent sustain, but nothing super crazy to where you're going to be able to spam stuff all day. But if you do pull off your combo, it's definitely going to kill everybody. Really high burst damage. Like I said, not bad sustain, not terrible defense, but we're mostly spamming shields anyway, so let's get right into it. We are using 5 Julianos on the body. We're doing 2 infused, and the rest are divines. We're not running any in-pen or monster sets on this build. So all gold Julianos. That's our first 5, so the other is War Maiden. Now I know you do a lot of lightning damage, but your main spammable, like your kill combo, is your Crystal Frag and your Daedric Curse, and those both deal magic damage. So we're trying to buff those as much as possible. I know there's other things that you could put on here to kind of buff like everything, but I'm just trying to hit those 15k Crystal Frags. And basically one-shot people from 50% if they're not blocking. So, like I said, Julianos, all gold, War Maiden, and then we're doing Maelstrom Inferno Staff, sharpened on the front bar, and then a Maelstrom in Restoration Staff defending on the back bar. On our jewelry, it's all gold spell damage for the 174. Food-wise, we're using the Witch Mother's Potent Brew, and we are also using the Atronach. So, let's go ahead and put Power Surge on so I can buff. Alright, so our buff stats is 3036 spell damage, 53.3% crit. Now I know crit isn't everything in PvP because people do usually run a decent amount of crit resist, but this will make a big difference. I try to always have at least 50% spell crit. 1772 without a potion. I don't even have a potion to pop right now. I'm low on potions, so 1772, and then 36 for the max magicka. Health is 1900. That's a little bit low, but our shields are pretty strong, so we're kind of relying on our shields to keep us alive. Our spell penetration is 10,000, which is pretty good. It's plenty. When we pop all of our shields, we have a 20k shield. So we have 19k health, but a 20k shield. I know it runs out pretty quick, but you know, you're able to spam. So let's go into CP, starting with the blue tree. 51 into Elfborn. I want those crits to hit hard when I do get the chance to crit. Like I said, it's all about the burst. This is a glass cannon build. 75% into the Elemental Expert. Increase the Flame Frost Shock. So we do shock damage, and then we are using an ability that uses all of that as one of our spammables. But just put a couple into the spell pen because it's extra. And then the rest, 81, goes into Master at Arms. This is what's going to buff our Crystal Frag, and so on. For our defenses, 10% reduction of direct damage. We've got a little bit into crit resist here. You could probably take this out because you're not really worried about crit resist because your shields. So as long as your shields are up, you can't crit shields, so it doesn't really matter. I'll probably move this later. 10%, 10%. And then 72 to shields, because as a sorcerer, your shields are your main defense. That's why this isn't really buffed up too much. I just did 10% of each. Warlord got 40 into Break Free because he sees the name of the game. Recovery 75%, 75, and then 75 into Tenacity, so that when we do our heavy attacks with our Resto, it's a huge return. Tumbling 9%, because if I see another sorcerer throwing a crystal frag, I'll just dodge roll it instead of trying to block it and take the damage. I'll just dodge out. So for our skills on our front bar, we're using our main spammable ability, which is Crushing Shock. I use this one because it interrupts and sets everyone off balance. So if someone's attacking you or they're casting an ability or something, this will stop it, and it does a decent amount of damage as well. Our main ability that we're trying to proc is our Crystal Fragments. Unbuffed, it's at 15,000. So like I said, it's a really strong build. Hits really hard. You're waiting for your hands to glow up on this one and just drop it. Here's our execute. You want to make sure your execute is on at all times, because as soon as that goes off, obviously they're going to die. We've got inner light on here, more max magicka, more crit, more damage. And then I throw a shield on my front bar so that I always have a shield to pop. And then we're using the douchebag Firestorm. Once I level it all the way up, I will change it into the one that follows you around so that you can streak through big groups. That's just, it's too powerful. Everyone else is using it, so I might as well do it. Back bar, it's Bold Escape, but I will turn it into Streak where you stun, because I will be doing the D-bag combo, so I'll be using that. Dampen Magic, the reason we're using Dampen Magic is because we're not doing the one light, one heavy, one medium. We're in all light, so each piece of light armor increases the amount of the damage you absorb by 5%, so that's why we have such big shields. It's because we're running Dampen. Healing Ward for our big burst heal, of course. Haunting Curse. I put this on the back bar and not the front bar so that I have a damage ability on the back bar. So I have a defense ability on the front and 1 damage on the back. And when I go back to, pop my shields, or I don't usually use Power Surge. I use, I think it's called Degeneration. I use Degeneration because whenever you do heavy attacks, there's a chance for it to heal you. So that's just more heals. Plus, once you get Mage's Guild 10, which I do not have, but I will be getting, you can buff your Crystal Frag even more. But I put this on the back bar, that way I can basically Structured Entropy or Degeneration into this to buff it when you have Mage's Guild 10. So it'll go boop boop, and then you'll swap back and start rotating through. Go ahead and buff up and see. So on the back bar, it says 12,000 for the first smack. This is at 16,475. Let's get it to proc, because once it procs, we get that little bonus. There we go. That was going to take all day. 17,584. That's not bad at all. If I had Mage's Guild 10, that would be about 20k Crystal Frag, somewhere around there. 19, 20k. So that's it's pretty damn good, to tell you the truth. I like that. So like I said, glass cannon build, mostly meant to just obliterate people in small groups. And if you're really good at shield stacking, which I'm not the best at yet, bar swapping and doing all of this stuff, it's really strong. I've hit 15k Crystal Frags on medium armor targets, so I mean you do have that almost one-shot potential, depending on what their health is. I am still trying to get better with the Sorcerer, but for those of you who are more used to playing this in PvP, this is going to be a really, really strong build for you guys, and I hope that you enjoy it. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave any builds that you want to see. Check out the rest of my build videos. I think I have like 30 or 40 videos up as of now, and I'm going to keep cranking them out. I'm also going to be doing Destiny content when it comes out on the PC as well, and game reviews for any games that I find interesting. So if there's anything that you would like to see, hit me up. I always respond, usually within the same day. All right? See you later.